CBS 13 and Fox 23 are proud sponsors of the LA Balloon Festival, presented by Emerson Toyota.
And the Lewiston-Auburn Balloon Festival is taking flight this weekend. For months, the fate of the annual festival was up in the air. That's before the city took over, relaunching the event and making sure hot air balloons continued to line the skies of Lewiston and Auburn.
Joining us to let us know what's on the table for this weekend is the president and CEO of the Lewiston-Auburn Chamber of Commerce, Shanna Cox. Shanna, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
I have my first question, putting you on the spot. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
No, and
is this year the year?
it's on my bucket list. But excitedly, all of the balloon rides are sold out. We're currently doing a contest to win 2 free balloon rides, of which, of course, ineligible. So next year, I'm first in line. I'm not going to let the opportunity pass me by. It's incredible, though.
Well, it sounds like it's already receiving such like a warm welcome.
Yeah, we're so grateful for people really rallying behind the festival this year, and it is going to be incredible.
Tell us about the preparations. You know, this has been in the works, and it was up in the air, as we just said. I mean, what have the past 6 months to a year been like for you?
Well, so I mean, I think that's the interesting story. So the city of Lewiston and the city of Auburn picked up the balloon festival about 10 weeks ago. Wow. So what usually takes 10 to 12 months has happened in about 10 weeks. So hectic, because I'd say the last couple of months have been, but it's really incredible. We have some really experienced organizers joining the organizing committee, and both staff from Lewiston and Auburn have been incredible, and we've supported some of the marketing, and I think it just really, the theme this year is Rise Together, and I think it just speaks to how
I like the pun.
Yeah. Oh, we've had a lot of dad puns have been thrown around. And it's an uplifting event. We can get a couple in there. Yeah.
It is an uplifting event, though. I mean, especially considering everything that the area has been through in the past year. Does that make it more meaningful to be able to put this on for the community?
Yeah. I think the commitment to see it happen really stemmed from the notion that we just really needed a couple wins this year, and this was really important to us. And I think the response from the sponsors, the volunteers, from the community at large just really reflected that. That's shared by so many.
I mean, just looking at it, it is a beautiful event, and so I'm curious, what the festival will entail this year. What can people attending expect?
3 days of fun.
Of course.
So there's balloon launches every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. On Friday night, there's the Moon Glow, if you haven't done that before. They come back from their evening launch, and they tether the balloons, and then it's lit up from the inside with a fire, and it's just a really magical experience. There's a main stage with live music every single afternoon and evening with really incredible performers. Motor Booty Affair, Julia Gagnon's going to be there, Denny Bro. So it's just an incredible lineup. There's a Renaissance fair that is connected to the event. It's going on for all 3 days, so you can see everything from spinning to blacksmithing to jousting, if you would like.
Perfect.
We've got all your bases covered. And then your taste buds just couldn't be happier. So I mean, fundamentally, for 29 years, this festival is about supporting nonprofits in the area, and they run different food booths. And so we have 25 food vendors, so you can get your fair sausage or your bloomin' onion or your fried dough, or you don't want to miss it.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And we were just talking during the commercial break about some of the fun traditions and where you've seen some of these balloons land before. Tell our viewers about that.
Yeah, when you live locally, you never know exactly where they are. We have a lot of farmland around Lewiston and Auburn, and so in most years, they land in a nice backfield, but I think it was 2 years ago that one landed at the intersection near an Irving, and it took up the whole intersection. And the best part is that no one was really surprised by that. People get out and take photos and are part of, it's an immersive experience because you literally are part of seeing them go up, seeing them come down, and being part of everything in between.
And if you are a property owner, what happens if you get that lucky landing?
You get champagne.
Cool. I love that.
If they land on your property, they usually come with a bottle of champagne, and there's a celebratory moment, and you get to help pack up the balloon back into the van. It's really just an amazing experience.
How many balloons are we talking?
So 15 this year. We have 5 specialty balloons and then 10 traditional hot air balloons.
What's the difference? What's a specialty?
So a regular hot air balloon is exactly what you'd expect. It's the specialty shapes.
Okay.
So we have a spider pig, we have a sun, we have a crisp apple, we have a rocket ship.
Ooh.
My first experience with the Balloon Festival was seeing a rocket ship rise above the tree line from Auburn and thinking maybe something weird was happening in the city of
what's
Auburn.
going on?
And then folks told me about the Balloon Festival, and it's become a family tradition for us ever since.
Can you tell us what the buzz has been around town about this, and like people finding out that it is going to happen, and people who have been coming to this for years and years?
It's so I mean, the first thing that comes out is gratitude. Like, oh, thank goodness it's going to happen. We're so excited. I think the part that I love is I hear people's own family traditions or stories about this event and what it means and where it kind of takes a place in their lives. It's so close to back to school that this is how we always cap off our summer in my family. And hearing all of those memories and the importance of it, I think is really incredible. And then as the Chamber's president and CEO, I talked to a lot of businesses, and our business community and our lodging community really depend on this influx of 100,000 folks to really kind of boost our economy. So yeah, everyone is excited all across the board.
Yeah, I was just about to ask like the financial impact. Like what are some of these businesses hoping to see? I know you said 100,000 people.
Yeah, so all of the lodging institutions across Androscoggin County and down into Portland get booked for these 3 or 4 days. The pilots come to town, they also need lodging, everything from gas stations and snacks. But we see and can track tourism dollars coming into and up through the state related to this event. So we knew that this was bigger than Lewiston and Auburn, that this is just really important for Maine.
And there was questions, some of these pilots and balloon owners, I guess, from out of state, they were like, uh-oh.
They make a trip of it. There's a balloon festival in New Hampshire that happened a couple of weeks ago, and then one of my peers has a balloon festival in the Crown of Maine a couple weeks from now. And so there's a circuit these folks go on, and they love the balloon festival in Lewiston and Auburn. So it's really great to hear from the pilots that they're excited that we pulled it off this year.
Well, I'm reading the festival also received $60,000 from the Maine Office of Tourism.
Yeah.
Like, can you tell us about the support?
Yeah, I mean, and for me, that thread kind of ties back to October 25th. There was just such support from DECD and from Maine Office of Tourism, and we knew this event was going to be really important to our community, to our reputation, to our resilience, to our economy. And so we reached out to the Maine Office of Tourism for one of their specialty grants, filled out all of the paperwork, and when the announcement came through, I think it was a big boost. Between that and Emerson Toyota making that commitment to be the presenting sponsor, was the shot in the arm we needed to raise the rest and to have the morale to do it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
yeah, it was just really incredible. And that's the thing, is it really is tourism for the whole state. It's the impact is far beyond LA.
And now we just need the weather to cooperate. We're going to be tweaking that
Can you guys
forecast for you.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We'll do our best.
Thank
We'll
you.
do our best for you. Thank you so much for being here,
Thanks.
Shanna. And
It's a
we're so
pleasure.
excited to be media sponsors as well for the event.
Can't wait for you and your team to be on site. You're going to love it.
Awesome.